You are perfect and whole. You are exactly where you need to be. If you are hearing this message is for you. There's nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing. Hello, and welcome to the Business of Happiness podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Tarryn MacCarthy, and today is possibly going to be the greatest day of the year, maybe of your whole life, because today is the day I remind you that there is nothing wrong with you. Nothing. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are completely whole. You are completely capable. You are completely worthy of everything in your heart's desire. And I'm being serious. Everything you've ever wanted is totally available to you. And all it takes is believing that you are worthy. That's it. As a leader of your team, as a leader of your family, as a leader of your own dreams, you are completely whole and worthy. Just having been born, it is your birthright to be entitled to anything you could ever desire. It's true. You know, so many of us have been told and pitched and reminded and preached to that we are lacking, that there's a part of us that needs improvement, needs to prove ourselves, needs to gain validation or somebody else's opinion to prove who we are. And it's the biggest fallacy of our lives. And arguably the one thing that hurts us the most and denies us of experiencing this incredible thing called life. And when we feel bad about ourselves, we actually take it out on other people. We don't actually seek to help people, or we can't do it to the great extent that we very possibly could if we're feeling so bad about ourselves. So here's what I'm saying to you today: there is nothing wrong with you. You are fully permitted to love yourself, to own yourself, to go after your wildest dreams, to seek out your deepest ambitions, and you are entitled to it. You can have anything and everything you want. I know as you're sitting there, you're probably thinking what I thought so many years ago when I first heard this. But here's evidence of it, of otherwise. Here's evidence of otherwise. And what are people going to say? And how are people going to think that I'm worthy of this when I don't have any experience or I haven't done the work? We get fed this lie by society that we have to work harder, prove ourselves, show up in ways that tear ourselves down before we're deserving of realizing our dreams. And the exact opposite is true. Because when we push and force and effort our way to a destination, we actually undo all the joy. We actually undo all the self worth that we should be feeling. We feel less than. We feel broken. We feel not whole. And really, if we could start from that place of knowing that we're completely worthy, how much better and more aligned our actions would be. Think of it this way: when you have a thought like, I am, not a good leader, I am not a good boss, here's all the evidence of it. How does that make you feel? How do you feel when you have that thought that I am not a good mom, I'm not a good leader, I'm not a good boss? You feel defeated. You feel empty. You feel limited. You feel weak. And then how do you show up to do the work? Well, you don't, right? If I'm feeling overwhelmed, not whole, not worthy, not capable. It is so hard for me to get up the next morning and do what I need to do to reach my dreams. Let's put it in the lens of working out. If I feel bad about myself and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, I feel fat, I feel unfit, I feel unhappy with my body image, and the feeling when I tell myself all those thoughts is a little depressed, a little defeated, a little judged, a lot judged. How am I going to feel in the morning? Well, here I am. I'm fat. I'm out of shape. I'm have no motivation. So why am I going to get up in the morning? I'm not that person. So my behavior follows suit. And then, of course, I have the results to show for it. And that just feeds my thought process. And so we go with this ever living, ever present feedback loop of back and forth, having the thought, the disempowering thought, feeling the emotions attached to that disempowering thought, and then acting on it accordingly, and then giving ourselves more evidence. And it's like, see, I told you. I told you I was fat. Look, I can't even get out of bed in the morning. This is where we went wrong. Because the exact opposite is understanding you are not broken. Giving yourself that language, wow, you are a beautiful human being. Your body is doing everything it should. It is responding very appropriately and beautifully to all of its inputs. And you can choose anything you want because you can have anything you want. How does that feel? Well, that feels enormously empowering. You are a great leader. Wow, that feels good. I just haven't learned XYZ skills. Yeah, you don't have XYZ skills, but you're a great and capable and empowered leader. You know how to learn. Huh. You are a beautiful human being. Yeah, but I put on a couple of pounds over COVID. Yeah, but so what? Your body did what it was supposed to. You know what you need to do if you want to lose those pounds, but your body is not broken. You do not have a genetic code that precludes you from being able to lose weight. You don't have the stars lined up against you. No, they're lined up for you. You are fully worthy of anything you want. Now, how do you feel? Now I feel great. Now I feel empowered. You're right. I do know what I need to do if I want to reach my dreams. I feel fully empowered now. There's nothing wrong with me. I have everything I need at my fingertips. And yeah, tomorrow I'm going to show up. Tomorrow I'm going to be that leader who's not afraid and acting out defensively and saying things that are out of alignment with my value system because I feel empowered. I am whole. I am capable. I am worthy. And now I see the results because I showed up authentically and with courage and with self worth and with determination and with the knowledge that I am whole. And now the results can give me a new thought pattern that can help feed that feedback loop. There's this great book called Hope for the Flowers by Trina Paulus. And in that book, there's such a cute story about caterpillars, these two caterpillars. They are climbing up this caterpillar mound of caterpillars, and they're just fighting to get to the top. And as they strive, they just want to be at the top of the caterpillar pile. I thought, wow, that is just like business often, isn't it? We're all just fighting to be on top of the caterpillar pile. We all feel like lowly caterpillars who are worthless, and we just want to be the bestest caterpillar that can be. So let's keep climbing that caterpillar pile. And from the observer, from the story's perspective, we see that those caterpillars are going to become butterflies. They have no idea. All they see is the lack in them. All they see is the lowliness. All they see is the unworthiness. They can't even fathom what it's going to be like to grow wings. And yet they are so whole and so worthy. And they must be caterpillars in order to become butterflies. They have to. It's a part of nature. It's a part of growth. It's a part of realizing your dreams. This is what we are gifted as human beings living this life experience. We are whole. We are capable. We will be butterflies if we allow ourselves to be. And there's so much more to life than being a caterpillar. But right now, as a caterpillar, you are perfect and whole. You are exactly where you need to be. If you are hearing this message is for you. There's nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing. If you're listening to this podcast, chances are you didn't get into business to be miserable. The problem is that people feel that if their business gets busier, if they start becoming more successful, that happiness will eventually set in. But it can actually get worse. This is why I created the Business of Happiness Prosperity Coaching. In this one-on-one coaching, we look at how to redefine success on your terms and re-find the joy and the passion in your dream. Visit me at thebizofhappiness.com and become the happiest business owner you know. You deserve happiness. You deserve joy. You deserve everything your heart desires. For reals. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to gain more notoriety. You don't need to do anything more than just be yourself and love yourself. You don't need to keep climbing that caterpillar mound. All it takes is recognizing how spectacular you are. That's it. You know, we like to try to convince one another that we need each other. We like to tell others that you need this in order to be whole. We like to, as society and in marketing, we try to tell each other, you're broken. I have what you need to be fixed. Feel the pain so that you know you need me and you can't do without me, and you'll buy my goods so that I can make you feel whole again. And really, the power, the greater power is in recognizing that we're whole before we even begin. There's nothing wrong with you. So you might say, well, how do I even begin to come to this realization? Well, step one is drowning out the noise. That's all it is. It's just noise. And it's not just noise from today and on the newspaper today and on social media today. It's the noise from generations and decades that we've been fed and attached to our belief system. So it's going to take a while to really feel it. And that's okay because it's taken a while to get to this point, to have the understanding of there's something wrong with me. And then we find so much evidence, don't we always? Like, there is something wrong with me. Look at all of what's happened to me. Yeah, that just happened to you. It didn't define who you are, it didn't structure your worthiness. Yeah, life did happen to you. Yeah, and I am not belittling it. Some of it was painful. You didn't deserve any of that bad stuff. And it doesn't define your potential. And it doesn't define your worthiness for joy and happiness. So, step one, drown out the noise. You know, in all the time that I've done this podcast, I now have done, I think, 150 episodes. In 150 episodes and interviewing enormously successful, enormously developed, personally developed humans, incredibly happy and successful leaders. Do you know the one thing that is in common with every single person I spoke to? Every person who's reached enormous financial and fulfillment success. Anybody who has both of those things, who has everything they could ever want, and they are extremely happy. Do you know what the one common denominator is? every single one of them meditates. Everyone has some form of meditation practice. And it's so fascinating to me because what is the power in meditation? It's drowning out the noise. That's it. It's being able to cut out all the opinions of everyone else and get in touch with that inner wisdom within ourselves. And we all have it. All that's happened is for decades, we've been training ourselves to believe, to listen to other people. And the truth is, nobody knows you like you. Nobody knows your value system. Nobody knows what matters to you. Nobody knows your definition of happiness. And the one person who's responsible for finding it out is you. And the only person who can do that is you. So, meditation practices, what it does is it allows us to be super quiet with ourselves, super present with ourselves, to ask ourselves those questions. What matters to me? What do I love about me? What feels whole and deserving about me? And of course, there's going to be all these questions that come up along the way. Of course, there are feelings along the way of, but here's the evidence of why I'm not worthy. Here's the evidence of why I can't open up my own business. Here's the evidence of why I can't find that relationship of true love in my life. Here's the evidence of why I can't just ask for time off from work, even though my body is begging for it. We see so much evidence outside of ourselves and we forget to ask ourselves what we need and remind ourselves you are completely whole and deserving of everything you desire. Step one is taking time to drown out the noise and to find quiet within yourself. And I'm telling you, I do this on a daily basis. This is a practice like brushing my teeth. I every day have a non negotiable of meditation followed by journaling so that I understand me more every day, every single day. And I've been doing this for 11 years. And for 11 years, I keep finding out new things about myself and I keep learning more about myself. And every time you're able to find out more about yourself, love yourself more, you're able to have more time and compassion for others. I cannot tell you what a transformative process this has been for me in my life, my relationships with the people around me, the people I love most, and in business, in my ability to have greater impact, my ability to serve humanity to a greater level. It has all come from my meditative practice. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. If you have a meditative practice, please let me know. Send me an email, Tarryn at thebizofhappiness.com, TARRYN at thebiz of happiness.com. Send me your meditative practice. How do you meditate? What do you use? Do you use guided meditation? Do you use hypnotherapy? Do you meditate when you're running? That's how I started out. I started out with running as a meditation. I didn't even realize that's what I was doing until one day I felt like I missed running a lot. And I realized I get a lot of downloads, I get a lot of introspection, I get a lot of inner wisdom from running. And I realized that's exactly what I was doing. I was just meditating on these long runs. Well, that very quickly evolved for me into a meditation process that I really rely on a daily basis. And it's so funny because I'll notice when I'm having a day where I just feel off or I'm snippy with my kids or this happened the other day. I skipped my meditative process and wouldn't you know, I was getting on my husband's case again about the garden, which is so silly. So silly. But I rely on that reconnection with myself every single morning when I get up. I've also had so many people reach out to me and say, "How do you even start meditating? What do you do for meditation?" So I actually created, you're going to love this, a meditation for leaders to help you get in touch with this idea that you are whole, to start to break down that old belief system that there's something missing, something wrong with me that I have to overcome or prove or heal, that you are whole. So, if you are at all interested in starting out with meditation, you don't know where to start, email me, Taryn at thebizofhappiness.com, and I will send it to you for free, my friends. This is my greatest gift to be able to give to you. I am so excited. I've poured my heart into this. It's really easy meditation practice. It's a 15-minute audio, and you can take it with you anywhere in your headphones if you want to do it while you're walking. It's a 15-minute audio, and there's only 3 minutes, just a little toe in, 3 minutes of silence where you get to start practicing this idea of being quiet by yourself. Because I remember when I first started with meditation, man, 3 minutes felt long. So, as you're doing this meditation, remember you just have 3 minutes. Just listen to me for the first 12 minutes, and then 3 minutes is what you get to focus in on yourself. And I'll help guide you to get you there, to simplify the process of becoming quiet, drowning out the noise, allowing those thoughts to just flow through you and not fight them. It's easier than you think, and you are so capable. So send me an email. It's yours. I cannot tell you what an enormous difference this will make in your life and in your ability to lead. Because once again, there is nothing wrong with you. Thank you so much, my friends. I'm so excited to be hearing from you and to find out who actually starts meditating as a result of this. Once again, it's the superpower that all these leaders can't be wrong. So let me know what you think of it. And until next time, remember, when you feel good, that's when you can really do good in this world. Bye bye.